Alright, hello everybody. We are here basically across the street from the Richmond airport at the America's Best Value Inn Airport Inn. That is actually the name of this place. Appears to be an older property, actually pretty large. That probably was a nicer place back when it opened. I got a steal on a room here. I just need to spend the night and take a 6 a.m. flight tomorrow. So I figured, I'd do something a little different here at the beginning of the video and give you sort of a drive around at the outside of the property, just so you can see what the outside looks like before we dig in and do a review of the room. So it's a L-shaped property, exterior corridors. It's pretty large because there's rooms on both sides of this thing. You can see all the way down here. You've got the lobby and a little overhang here in the middle. And a big pothole in the parking lot that I just dodged. More rooms down here. And then I'm actually all the way around the corner on this back section. And one amusing thing I just wanted to point out while I'm here, I love this former Days Inn next door. That's now the All Day Inn. You can tell by the name of the sign, or the shape of the sign, what it used to be, never mind the name. Anyway, so I'm on this back section here in room number 154. So let's take a tour. Alright, there's my rental. And here's what the exterior corridors here look like up close. Actually, some newer LED lights they must have just recently installed out here. Landscaping leaves a little bit to be desired, but actually not in terrible shape out here. Well, I mean, there's a couple moments, but anyway, let's take a detailed tour here of room number 154. So we'll open up this vintage Unican lock, close the door, and of course, as always, start off with the security features here in the front of the room. We have our deadbolt and our chain lock. Assuming that those lights work well at night, that's pretty much all the security you're really going to get in an exterior corridor motel. So they're doing a very good job in that regard. The door itself is not in the greatest shape. There's a couple signs that have been peeled off, that sort of thing. The paint's a little bit sloppy. And that theme sort of goes across the front of the room as a whole. Got a bunch of cobwebs up here in the corner. A little bit of the seal on the windows coming off. That being said, I've also seen much worse. And I do like the fact that they have a sheer on the window so you can get some natural light and still have privacy. A lot of motels don't bother with that. I also like that the window is so nice and large, too. I bet this was a pretty nice place when it first opened. I'm assuming that this building is probably back from the early 70s somewhere. And one place where you see that is with this ancient PTAC unit. This is like the oldest one I think I've ever seen in service, or at least it looks the part, like with the wood grain on the front, and the fact that the thing is so huge. It does an excellent job, though. It's putting out nice, cool air. It's relatively quiet. Looks like it's an old retro air unit. You can see you have cool off and heat, then low and high fan. So yeah, it's old, but it definitely works. While we're here, we'll take a little bit of a better look at the furniture up here. We have a lamp that's in pretty nice condition in the back. Paint, again, can be a little bit sloppy at times. You can see somebody did kind of a not so great spackle job there, but again, not completely objectionable for this class of hotel. The chairs in the front are a little bit dirty. You can see there's some crud in the corner there and a couple of stains. Some more on this one you can see with the light. These chairs are not being cleaned as they should. At least the tabletop is clean, though. So, then we'll pan out and take a look at the rest of the room. Their bed-making skills here leave a little bit to be desired. I guess, first off, these comforters are a little bit lumpy, so that doesn't help. But the bed skirts are kind of falling off and all over the floor. Doesn't look very professional, but even though they don't look very professional, The bed linens are surprisingly high quality for a hotel in this class, and by the way, this room was well under $50, so this was an excellent deal, money-wise. But we'll see if we got my money's worth, even for as little as I paid. The pillows are a little bit lumpy. They're soft but lumpy. The pillowcases do all seem to be perfectly clean. I'm just going to go ahead and peel this comforter back because I don't like resting the pillows on the top of the comforter, since sometimes these things don't always get washed like they should. Though, again, with that being said, they do have a down comforter on this bed with a washable duvet cover, and the duvet cover looks spotlessly clean, and it smells like it's been cleaned recently too. So good on them for that. It's nice walking into one of these economy motels and not seeing the old-fashioned flowery bedspreads that are kind of notorious for never getting washed. So, we'll dig in and just barely save the pillow from falling on the floor there. Anyway, peel back the sheet, which by the way is very nice and soft. And all the linens smell very fresh. I don't see any signs that would suggest they have not been cleaned properly. The only thing that's a little funny is that these crappy old pillows have these gigantic pillowcases on them. Like, oh yeah, I'm sure this is a firm pillow. But I can make that work. And actually the mattress is pretty comfortable too. Like, these bed linens and mattresses are much higher quality than I expected out of sort of a rundown old motel like this. Very pleasant surprise. And the bed skirts would actually add to it, you know, if they weren't just so sloppily thrown on here. I think I better look at this mattress too, just while we're dissecting the bed. So we have our mattress cover here. The mattress actually looks like it's in very nice condition and probably not all that old. One thing I like to do coming into a place like this, and this is by no means a very thorough test, but it's kind of nice to lift up this seam on the mattress. It's a place that bed bugs are known to hide, and if you ever suspect that they may be in the bed, it's a good place to start looking. Another good tip is to totally lift the mattress up and look. This is hard to do on camera, and look underneath, and if you see any little spots of blood, what happens is when bed bugs, you know, eat somebody alive at night and go underneath and somebody sits on the bed, they get squished and you can see little spots. There's no indication that that's happening here. So, overall, I'd say this bed gets a pass, just missing a couple points because of the sloppy bed skirts and the fact that the pillows are a little bit lumpy. But still, this is a very pleasant surprise. Unfortunately, there's not many other pleasant surprises that I've seen in my brief look around this room. On the upside, pretty much every fixture and device in this room is working. I don't have any lights that are burnt out. All the appliances seem to work. I love this terrible looking logo they put on the front of the mini fridge. It's an older Tatung mini fridge and microwave, though the inside of both appliances seems like it's been cleaned perfectly adequately. No issues there. Could use to be defrosted a little, but I've definitely seen worse. The only real issue I have with these things is this section below the mini fridge, which looks absolutely gross. Something looks like it got spilled down there a long time ago and it hasn't been cleaned up, so minus a point there. Let's see if any of the last guests left any gifts behind for me. Nothing in there, or in any of these drawers by the looks of it. Nope. And the whole thing is very functional. Seems decently clean. Over here, we have a small desk, which looks like it hits my pet peeve of not having any outlets available. No sockets on the lamp, and yep, there's no free sockets underneath. So if you want to plug in your laptop, you got to unplug something, something else. Unless, let's notice the lamp cord. Oh, there actually is an outlet over here. Oh, cancel that. You do get one socket, so I guess that passes the Jacob test, just barely. Glad I noticed that. Don't know how I missed it when I came in the room. Though, just like before, the chair doesn't look that terribly clean, and this leg down here on the table and this thing back here are pretty gross. So they're definitely missing some details in cleanliness here. At least, like, the carpet as a whole looks clean. The beds look perfect. So at least they're cleaning the important areas. But it's very important to check for details like this, especially ones like the bottom of this desk that really aren't that hard to see, because that could really turn you off as a guest. Anyway, got a newer flat screen TV up here. Got like a coffee table just awkwardly placed down here. I'm not sure what they were getting at, but a little extra storage space, I guess. And it looks like they do offer connecting rooms here, or adjoining rooms. So you got like a deadbolt latch here, so at least the door is secured. As we enter the bathroom, we have your typical like economy motel closet rack thing. Actually, plenty of hangers, which is nice. Got an iron and ironing board on the back wall. ABVI, America's Best Value In. A little bit of the plaster's falling down on the ceiling, but no crazy maintenance issues in here. Got your older fluorescent light up here that's buzzing away. Very vintage. Kinda cool though. Sink seems like it's in decent condition. Yeah, nice pressure. No real obvious cleanliness things going on here. Your hair dryer, Kleenex box. This coffee maker looks a little scummy though. Yeah. Yeah. Looking a little crustier. So, this has not been cleaned like it should. So I will probably not be making any coffee. Yeah. This is why I don't like having these coffee makers with pots in the room. Because 90% of the time, I swear, housekeeping just takes the pot, rinses it out in the sink, and throws it back in. It's so much easier just to get the little single cup ones. Much easier to maintain. If you're not going to clean them right, you really should buy those. Anyway, moving into the bathroom. It seems surprisingly well maintained, actually. It looks like they redid this floor with some kind of laminate probably not too long ago. No issues here with the toilet, kind of vintage. That seems to work fine. And I love this old, like, vintage bathtub, too. Everything in here just looks straight out of the 70s in kind of a cool way. The lighting is a little bit dingy, but I like these two little fins, if you want to call them that, little dividers on each side of the shower. It's kind of a neat touch I don't know if I've ever actually seen before. The shower curtain is actually looks brand new and it's in perfect shape. I don't see any real issues with like mildew growing in the grout in the shower, which you tend to find in a lot of these places, especially with what looks like original tile. Water pressure seems nice. Yeah, very nice shower head. No issues there. The only real thing they have going on is that this old drain looks like the stopper is permanently broken. It's not terribly uncommon to see that. Would still be nice to see it fixed. But this area of the room is probably in the nicest shape out of the whole place. Very functional. At this price point, I don't really have any issues with it. Bath linens are a little sparse, but not bad. Smell nice and clean. I like the vintage wood grain on the sink, too. So yeah, it's sort of... Oh, that's one other thing I wanted to point out over here, too. I can't figure out what this is. It looks like it used to be an outlet and got painted over, and there's like a green light bulb in it. No idea what this is. If you have any ideas, go ahead and throw them in the comments, because I'm definitely curious. But yeah, I mean, there's some cleanliness issues here, there's some maintenance issues here. At the same time, it's also an extremely affordable hotel with a pretty nice bed and a pretty nice shower. So, putting it in perspective, it doesn't look awful, though there is room for improvement here. Overall, I've got pretty mixed feelings in terms of the bang for my buck. It'll certainly get me by for a night. Anyway, I certainly hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. And sorry, I've had a very long day, and I am exhausted if you can't tell by my commentary. Anyway, that is it.